Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of Russian history to explore the fascinating story of the Novgorod Republic, a unique and powerful state that flourished in medieval Russia. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more history content. Let's get started. The early days. The Novgorod Republic was founded in the 9th century, nestled between the Volkhov River and Lake Ilmen. It quickly became a thriving center of trade and culture, connecting northern Europe with the Byzantine Empire. The city of Novgorod itself, which served as the Republic's capital, was a melting pot of merchants, craftsmen and artists from all over Europe and Asia. The rise to dominance. By the 12th and 13th centuries, the Novgorod Republic had become a dominant force in northern and eastern Europe, forging alliances and trading partnerships with other powerful states. Novgorod's unique political structure was one of the keys to its success. It was ruled by a prince who was elected by the city's nobility and merchants, known as the veche. This democratic element was rare in medieval Europe, especially in Russia, and allowed the Republic to maintain a degree of stability and continuity in its governance. The Novgorod Renaissance. Novgorod experienced a cultural renaissance during its peak, which is why it is often compared to the Italian city-states of the time. The Republic fostered a thriving artistic community that produced exquisite frescoes, icons, and other works of religious art. These masterpieces blended traditional Russian styles with influences from the Byzantine Empire and Western Europe, creating a unique fusion that set Novgorod apart from its contemporaries. The city's intellectual life was equally impressive, with the establishment of schools and the production of a large number of manuscripts. Some of the most important Russian literary works, like the Novgorod Chronicle and the epic poem The Tale of Igor's Campaign, were written during this period. The Novgorod Republic was also home to the oldest known Russian library, which contained a wealth of texts on theology, law, and philosophy. Relations with neighbors. Despite its cultural and economic prosperity, the Novgorod Republic was not without its challenges. Its western neighbors, Sweden and the Teutonic Knights, often clashed with Novgorod over territorial disputes and trade routes. It also achieved significant victories, particularly in halting the eastward expansion of Latin Christianity, by defeating both German and Swedish armies. Remarkably, the Republic was also one of the few Russian principalities to avoid the devastating Mongol invasion, maintaining its independence throughout that tumultuous period. The destruction of Novgorod. Unfortunately, the Novgorod Republic's golden age was not destined to last. In the 15th century, Moscow began to consolidate power over other Russian lands and set its sights on the wealthy and influential Novgorod. Eventually, Ivan III, the Grand Duke of Moscow, initiated a brutal campaign against the Republic in 1471, culminating in the Battle of Shelon. The Novgorodians, weakened by internal strife and an ineffective military, were no match for Moscow's forces. The fall of Novgorod was swift and brutal. Ivan III systematically dismantled the city's institutions, executed or exiled its leaders, and forced the population to swear allegiance to Moscow. This greatly weakened Novgorod, but the final blow was delivered by Ivan IV, better known as Ivan the Terrible, in 1570. This infamous ruler attacked Novgorod in an event that became known as the Massacre of Novgorod. In the aftermath of the attack, the city was brought to its knees, its population decimated, and its surrounding farmlands ravaged. The once great Novgorod Republic was absorbed into the burgeoning Russian state, and its unique political and cultural identity was all but erased. Legacy and conclusion. The rivalry between Moscow and Novgorod represented a clash between two fundamentally different forms of governance. Moscow, influenced by Mongol rule, was an absolute monarchy, while Novgorod followed a more European-style republican system where rulers' rights were limited and citizens had a greater say in governance. Moscow sought to systematically destroy the Novgorod Republic as its independent-minded citizenry posed a threat to the centralized power Moscow sought to impose. One can't help but wonder how the course of Russian history might have been altered had Novgorod emerged victorious in its struggle with Moscow. Would Russia have developed along a different path, embracing the republican ideals of Novgorod instead of the autocratic model of Moscow? Alas, we will never know. And today Novgorod is a small provincial town, a far cry from the influential and prosperous center it once was. Thank you for watching.